We're going to talk about the putting technique today.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Padraig Harrington.
We're going to start off with setup, which is crucial when it comes to putting. You've got to get in the right position. So what are we talking about? Again, the main goals in putting is you're trying to keep your lower half still and you're trying to keep your head still, but you're trying to rock your shoulders and your rib cage to make the putter move. So you're trying to lock these up. So for me, you take slightly wider stance than normal, so that again, too wide, you wouldn't have much feel, but you would lock up your hips. So a little wide, get your hips locked and a bit of feel. The ball position, I know people love to know the ball position. Well, the ball position should be 1 inch ahead of your sternum. That's just the way it is. I pressure my left side. I've got probably 60% of my weight in my left side. So my ball position is a couple of inches ahead of center, but it's only 1 inch ahead of my sternum. The reason being is your sternum is the low point of your swing, and after that the putter rises a bit. If the putter's rising, it's reducing how much backspin. It's kind of giving you some topspin, which is what you want. You want a slight up movement on your putt in order to help the ball roll quicker. Okay, get rolling quicker, not actually go faster. So let me see. Okay, if we set up here. So that's my setup. Feet are pretty square, knees, everything is square. Shoulders are nice and relaxed, the arms hang down, ball position 1 inch ahead of my sternum, okay? And from here I want to rock. I don't want any hip movement, I don't want any head movement, I want to rock. Now your head, I'd say with your head be relaxed. We don't want excessive, we definitely don't want the hip movement, that's really the danger. Yes, you can move your head a little bit, but you know, keep your eye on the ball. Okay, so here we are nicely rocking our shoulders. Now, the key here is, I'll go down the line for this. When you rock your shoulders, okay, you can see the putter doesn't track straight back. It has a slight arc. It's a slight arc, and what maybe people would think is slightly open. So I'm not keeping it shut down facing like that. I'm not trying to keep it dead square. It kind of goes a little square and then a little inside. The reason it goes on an arc is because the ball is over there. So as we know, an arc creates a tangent, which is dead straight, and we want the ball to go straight, so we have to have some arc. So we take it back kind of straight enough, a little on the arc, comes in kind of straight, and then obviously it would arc back on the inside. But as I said, because it's ahead of our sternum, it comes in low and then just rises just a little bit as it comes to hit the golf ball. Not too much, we're talking a degree or two up. We don't want 3 or 4 degrees up. Okay. So we're going to rock our shoulders. To help rock our shoulders, we're going to have a neutral grip. Now what a neutral grip is, we want our 2 palms facing each other on the putter. That's what's neutral. Okay, we never want them fighting each other so that there's a twisting effect. We want them neutral. This is a weak grip. It wouldn't be very good to put if you were trying to hit a driver and you put it in the palms of your hand, it would be terrible. But for golf, you put it right down the palm of your hand, either hand. You can go left hand below right, or right hand below left, or left hand below right. I go left because of one simple reason. So when you go right hand below, you tend to right shoulder, because it's going down there, it tends to come out, and it's hard to get your shoulder squared up. When you go left, it's low, and that shoulder comes out. Now, you could say maybe it comes out and it's a little closed. Well, closed is better on putting, because if I make a mistake, I'm going to be in to out, which is causing a bit of topspin, which is a good thing. It's not closed in me, it's square. By bringing it down, it's easier to get square. Those palms face, and you can practice just without your fingers, you know, just your 2 palms like that. As I said, then I grip palm, and look, I just rock my shoulders a little bit on the inside to straighten up. Okay, now the key here is, and most people do this as a beginner and then they get away from it as they practice. And if you've got the yips, you'll probably find you do this a lot. The putting stroke, there's a slight tap in your putting stroke. That's going to give the most effective roll and speed. It's not a big, long, languid follow through. We want to follow through where you hold. So if I hit this putt here, nice, relaxed, no grip pressure. I'm not holding it tightly. I'm not holding it extremely light. I'm just holding it. It's not a big deal, okay? But definitely don't strangle the putter, okay? You can see my ball position, and I'm going to hit it a light little tap, okay? Now you'll know you hit a good putt if you don't, if you're able, like the long swing, if you're able to hold the finish, a little tap. I'm leaning in, I'm pressing a bit here because that's what I like, tap, okay? And when you do that, you hold the finish. I don't have, people who have a long stroke, they recoil, okay? People who have a long stroke, it's like they're struggling, they're always chasing the putt. People, when they start out, have that tap, and you should keep it. Just a light tap, like so. Little tap, that will give you an aggressive hit on the ball. Now what's interesting about that as I'm going through it, here's a little scenario that happens a lot on the golf course. You go to a new golf course, you've got a 6-footer on the first green, and you go, oh, you haven't really hit too many putts, and you hit it, and you know, you leave it short. First green. So, as the golfing gods always do, on the second hole you have got the same putt uphill 6 feet, and you tell yourself, oh, the greens are slow, I've got to hit it. Make sure you hit it, make sure you hit it. Oh my God, I'm going to hit it too hard, and you'll quit it. Okay? That's always how anybody who leaves a putt short uphill, their last thought was they were going to hit it too hard and actually then decelerate and quit. Same downhill, if you think you're going to hit it too easy downhill, you'll end up hitting it too hard. Okay, so you've got to commit to something before you get over. But if you really want to get a putt to the hole, okay, so say if you've just got an exceptionally slow putt, 10 feet up the hill or something like that, and you've got to get it there, try and stop at impact, and I guarantee you're going to hit that putt to the hole. So somebody, if you try and actually get there and stop at impact, you try and stop, you'll hit the putt really, you'll hit it a lot harder, you'll have a lot more drive. Try that one out sometimes when you're afraid of leaving it short. Actually commit to stopping, and that will make you hit much harder and get the ball to the hole. So that's just a little tip in the middle of it, but certainly your putting stroke, nice and relaxed, okay? A little bit of a tap, definitely a little bit of a tap in the putt. Don't try and take the putter back square, don't try and take the putter back straight. Let it naturally follow its path. Have the ball 1 inch ahead of your sternum, so there's a slight bit of up as you're coming through. Have a little bit of a tap in it. I definitely recommend uphill and downhill putts, commit to your pace before you get over it. So if you're going to hit putts, you know, a slow putt like this, don't stand over the ball and say I've got to hit it, because automatically you're going to think you're going to hit it too hard. Stand over the ball. Before you stand over it, go, yeah, I've got to hit it, no, harder, yeah, that hard, okay, I've got it. Stand there, you're confident, and off you go. You get that. One other thing, I think one of my favorite tips on when I was doing this on Instagram and Twitter is amateurs, when they read putts, they underborrow, they take too little break by a factor of 3. Factor of 3, so if an amateur thinks it's a cup on the right, it's really 3 cups on the right, okay? And what happens is, from this range, if this putt is outside right, it's 1 inch right, say, I can get away with that from this range, and I can hit a hard right lip or hard right half. You can get away with it. I'm not saying it makes you a good putter. I think it actually makes you a bad putter in the long term, because you're always doing a bit of manipulation. But I'm going to walk down here and hit a long putt and show you something. When you're hitting a long putt, okay, if you want to get the ball close, you must go high, excessively high in the break, because when the ball misses the hole, if it misses low, it will go 3 times as far away as when it misses high. So a putt that's finishing there high, if at the same pace miss low, it will finish there. So a putt that's missing high there, 2 feet, if I hit it at the same pace, it's going to be here. Now, I know I prefer putting downhill from 2 feet than I prefer putting uphill from 6 feet. So I'm going to show you that now with a couple of long putts. Always go high. Once you're outside 6, 7 feet, certainly 10 feet, you can't manipulate the break. You can't put spin on it from that range. You're going to have to go the real break. So go as higher than you think. You know, you never want to miss a long putt on the low side because it goes 3 times the distance away from the same putt that misses. So if you miss by a foot on the right, it will end up 3 feet right, where if you miss by a foot on the left, it will stay a foot. Okay, let's see what we're talking about. So if I go a bit low here, so maybe I'm going to hit this putt about 3 feet left of the hole. Okay, nice putt, had a chance, and we can see once I've missed low, it's gone that 6 feet. Okay, so that was 3 feet. If I go, I'm actually going about 6, 7 feet left here. Hit it a little hard. Okay, but you can see it's stone dead, or close to it, 2.5 feet. So hitting a putt high is from distance is always the best way of getting it close. So I've gone out there quite a bit and it's fallen down. I'm actually going to show you one where I even miss higher, because those are actually where the right place. If I go too high, let me see. So if I really exaggerate the line and go up there, again, pretty good. There's a pretty big break on this. So always try and keep it on the high side. There is a bigger break, but if you're trying to 2-putt, you're always trying to put into, on a high putt, you're always trying to put into this area when you're trying to 2-putt. If you're trying to hold it and you miss low, you're going to end up with this 6-footer. So never miss your long putts on the low side. Always miss them on the high side. You will hold more of them, but you'll definitely 2-putt more of them, that's for sure. And I think, I don't think there's much more to the technique. As I said, keep your hips still, keep your head still. Don't try and take the putter back straight. Don't keep the club face square. Get a little tap in your putting. That will give you a better strike and you're good to go.